Hi and welcome to another Checiegirl Creations DIY video. So today I will be unboxing the Checiegirl Creations Mixed Media subscription box, and this is the September box and its theme splashes. So first you have your welcome card. So it says, welcome to the Checiegirl Creations Mixed Media subscription box. And then it has the contents, and as I go along opening it, I'll read out the contents. So it has tissue paper wrapping everything up. So first let's start with this. So some clear chalk primer by myself. And it's 100 mils. Little pot, and then in here we have 50 mils of ink, and not everything is exactly the same in all the boxes, so some people might get different colors of ink. So I have pink, and it's in this like little dropper bottle, and it's also in a glass bottle as well, so I have to be careful with that. And one of the tools is an empty spray bottle, and you can use this for water or to put your inks in if you want to spray it. And this is 3 meters of washi tape. And then this is 1 meter of burlap ribbon tied with some twine as well. And then in this pouch we have one Uniball Signal white gel pen, and I really like using these to add highlights, so I thought that would be really nice to include in the box. And a water brush by Flying Tiger, and again with these you might either get a small or a large. I have the small one, so the nibs might be a different size. And then there's also, get it out, one strip of ivory coloured adhesive pearls, and you get 31 on that one. And then we have 2 strips of ivory coloured adhesive roses, and you have 6 small and 3 large. They'll just be quite cute. And in this pouch you have some laser cut wooden butterflies, and you get 8 of those, and they're all in different sizes. So you have 2 big ones, 2 medium ones, and then you have 4 small ones. Oops, put that in the pouch so they don't get lost. And then in here, move the confetti out of the way, you have 1 sheet of book paper, you have 4 sheets of handmade paper that are 4 by 4. Oops. So this is the book paper. Got some nice images on the back here as well of plants. And then this, oops, is the selection of handmade paper. So you have a kind of brown one, like a light brown one, a lilac one, and a white one that has like some plants imprinted in it. And this one I think has some kind of plants in it as well. Okay. And then you have some skeleton leaves. You get 5 of these, and they're all a different colour combination. Like this one is like yellow and pink, this is like blue and purple, white and yellow, pink and purple, and then white and pink. And then you get 5 die cuts, and this is die cut out of handmade paper as well. So you get 2 of these little ones and then 1 each of the big ones. And then in this pack you get a selection of 6x6 papers, and that is from first edition Wildflower paper pack, and it's 200 GSM, acid free, and there are 16 designs, which means you get 16 sheets of paper, and some of them are double-sided. And this one has like some embossed areas on it. I'm not sure if you'll see that. I'm going to try to tip it to see if it can kind of catch the light. And that one's not double-sided, and this one also has some embossed areas as well. You can kind of feel it, so it's got a nice texture to it. Then this one is iridescent, and on the back it's white, but it's also iridescent as well. On the front and on the back. And then the last 3 have a bit of a fabric texture to it. I'm not sure if you can hear that. It's got a really nice texture. Oops. And you can see that it's all got like a watercolor theme to it, so i.e. the theme splashes. And then for the base, I thought I would do something really different this month, and this is a wooden base, and it's in a circle, as you can see, and this is 8x8, and I thought that would be really cool. And for people who haven't really worked on wood, because I haven't really worked on wood, but I thought it would be cool to experiment on that, I have this MDF board that is A6 size, and that'll be a really good practice piece. And then this first edition decoupage paper, that's really nice as well. So as well, what I wanted to mention before we went on, the pouches are all decorated so that if you want to use it in your artwork, whether it's from the stuff in the box, you can, which is why they also all coordinate with the colour scheme, especially with the papers. And that's also why I have my tissue paper to coordinate as well. And then there's all this confetti stuff that I could probably use as well if I wanted to. It's all kind of raised, which is quite cool. So I am going to tidy this up a little bit, and then I will be back to prime these 2 with the clear primer. I think I'll do something on the MDF board first just to practice, and then afterwards I'll do something on this. But this will be in another video, so this will just be part 1. And yes, so I'll get this tidied up, and then once I'm ready I'll be back. Okay, so I've put everything to the side, and now I'm going to prime these. And even though I have my water brush in the box, I'm using this paintbrush because I don't want to ruin my water brush with the clear primer. And I'm just giving it a good mix just to make sure everything is all mixed up in there. And your clear primer will be quite runny, but that's okay. Clear primer tends to be a little bit on the runnier side instead of just plain old chalk primer. And so my brush is quite dry since I don't really need anything wet to spread it around. So I'll do the MDF board first, since I'll be practicing on that first, and then I'll do the wooden circle. So I will put this into fast forward mode, and once I'm done I'll be back. Okay, so while I'm waiting for those to dry, I have some other things that I might use with the box. And since it's kind of going with an inky watercolor feel, I thought I would get my other inks. And if you don't have any inks and the first ink you have is in the box, you can still use watercolors or you can use acrylics. And if you want to use your acrylics a bit like watercolor, all you have to do is water it down. So I have some chalk primer. So that's good if I want any white areas, though I do want to try to keep as much of the wood in focus as possible. I have some of these inks from Winsor & Newton. So there's a red, gold, black, green, blue and brown. And if you watch some of my previous videos, you'll see that I use this quite a lot, especially the gold one. I have some glue, I have a spray bottle with just water in it, and then I have some inks. And since I had used these inks, I thought it would be cool to include them in the box, which is why I got them. And I don't know if I told you, but the brand is Caldo. I think I'm saying that right. So I have yellow, orange, pink and blue. And I might make purple in my spray bottle because I have quite a few sprays and I already have like a pink one, so I thought maybe a purple one would be quite nice. So I'll do that now. Open it up and drop some in. And you can also put these in your water brushes as well. So say if whatever colour you want to be able to paint with it, you can put it in a palette or you can put it in your water brush, which might be quite cool. So you just like press this and pull up how much you want. And it takes up just a little bit, which is fine because a lot of the time you don't need a lot of ink. So with the blue, because it's not in a dropper bottle, I'll just use a pipette. And you can get these really cheaply. I tend to get these in Hobbycraft, and it's like a pack of 6 for 75p or something. And I don't want to add too much, so I'll add a little bit and mix it up. Ooh, that's gorgeous. That's beautiful. Ooh, that's really nice. Okay, so I didn't need a lot of that. So I'll just leave that to the side for now, just in case I might have to add more once I add water. I just have my spray bottle here, so I'll just add some water. Okay, I'm just filling it up a little bit. Okay. Ooh, that's like a bit of a pinky purple. So I'll spray that. What should I spray it on? I'll just spray it on this paper towel to test it out, just to make sure. Ooh, that's nice. So that's quite light. So I think I'll add some more ink. So I add a few more drops of the pink. And this is all just trial and error really. But you do want to add a little bit as you go along, because you don't want to put too much and then it'd be too rich for your liking. And I've put 3 drops of the pink to 1 drop of the blue. So I'm just repeating that. So now I have in there 6 drops of the pink and 2 of the blue. Just mix that up. Oh, you can see that's a lot stronger. So let's spray that again. That's a bit better. Okay, and I could make that stronger, but I quite like it where it is now. Well, you don't have to mix your colors. Just one color will do. And as well, if you have other inks, you don't have to use the same brand. You know, you can just mix whatever you want. And this is dry already, and it has a little bit of a chalky texture, not as much as a chalk primer, but it's got a little bit of a chalky texture. And you can also use the clear primer as a sealant, so I probably will do that. Put this pipette to the side so I don't get any more ink anywhere. So I'll probably put stuff over top, especially if I'm sticking something down. I want to seal that layer just in case I make a mistake and I want to wipe it off. It's quite easy once you use the clear primer. And I'm not using my heat gun on this because I'm not sure how it would react on the wood. So, put this into frame. Let me see, I think I'll get some papers out and just kind of play around with a few things. Now this is just a practice, so I'm just testing things on this really, and then in the next video I can move on to the circle. So I'll move this. It's still drying, and because I don't want it to get any paint on it. And yes, so I will put this into fast forward mode while I'm picking the pictures and gluing them down, and I'll just be using some PVA glue for that. And my palette knife, this plastic palette knife, I like to use that to spread the glue on. So yeah, so I'll put this into fast forward mode, and when I'm done, I'll be back. Okay, so I think the camera might have cut off when I was adding like these wiggly bits with my white paint, and then some of this was with my chalk primer. And I just put a little bit, not really covering the wood, just to add some texture for when I start adding the inks. And the same for the white bits as well. So I thought it would be cool to kind of do some kind of sunset. So this is like the sunset bit. Well, not a complete sunset, but a little bit like that. So kind of purpley. So I'm just going to cover this bit so the spray doesn't get to it. And I'm just going to spray in some areas. And then I'm also going to add a few drops of this pink because the paper's kind of bluey. Don't really feel like I have to add too blue. Ooh. Looks quite cool, and then I'll just spray with some water to get that all going. That's pretty. I think I'll add some more purple, kind of lost it. I'm just using this bit to get the purple right where I want it, because it probably won't hit those bits since the spray is quite unpredictable. And I'm doing the sky first because I think it's a bit of a mountain, so that I don't have to cover the mountain as if the sky's in front. I want the perspective, that's it, sorry, the perspective to be right. Oops. And I'm just going to use a water brush to spread it, and I already have some of these water brushes, so I'll use that so I don't get the new one dirty because it stains the bristles. And I think I will use the big one to just spread the colour a little bit, because I want the colour to more do what it wants, a bit like watercolour, but I do want it to kind of spread in more of a like a cross instead of like the big blooms that it's doing. So I'm gonna let this dry, and then once it's dried I will move on to the mountain. And I really like how that looks actually. Okay, yeah, so I shall let this dry, and then once I'm done I will do the mountain. Okay, so I'm all done. I'll just give you a close-up here, and of course there'll be pictures at the end showing you some close-ups as well. So you can see I just doodled around everything and added some stars and stuff with my white pen. And this is also some Untitled drawing ink, and I recently got that one because I've really wanted a silver for quite a while. And I also used a Sharpie just to add some dark edges around the moon so it would stand out a bit more. So that's that for now. The next video will be me using this wooden one. And now that I've had some practice on that, I'm feeling quite confident to work on that one. So there are still some September boxes available to purchase, and I will have all those links below. And you can also get a multiple subscription box as well along with your order. And the more boxes you add, the more you save. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. And there are loads of stuff still left in the box, you know, loads of paper, lots of ink, won't be finishing that anytime soon, and lots of the embellishments which I'll use mostly on the wooden plaque. So thanks for watching, and I hope you join me again for another arty video. Bye!